Okay. Hello and welcome. No. Welcome. Welcome to Design a Day. I'm challenging myself at least for February to design something every day. Whatever is inspiring me that day. I am choosing February because it's the shortest month and I want to prove to myself that I can follow through and finish a project completely. And I want to get some quick practice to improve my video editing skills. So I thought this is a good project to practice all of those things, refresh my design skills, improve my impromptu speaking skills, and improve my editing skills. I'm not really expecting anyone to see this project. It's just for me to work out the kinks of all of the skills that I need to improve on. But if you ever find this video, I hope you enjoy. Okay, that's it. This is day one. Take it away, February 1, Pauline. I'm very inspired by the graphic design of Neon Genesis Evangelion, so that is what we're inspired by for this first poster. I don't know if it's gonna go well. So first, I was passively collecting inspo already before the start of this video. So I compiled a bunch of visual cues that I really like from the anime and we're just gonna go for it. Let's start with typing our type. Evangelion and then saving our file, of course. Okay, I changed my camera. So I have some elements to reference. I really like in Japanese design when there's a lot of information packed up in one area. So let's start with this. I don't know how tall I want it. Let's try that. I don't know if I should explain what I'm trying to do, but what I'm trying to do is a very symmetrical layout. We'll just see where this goes. Ooh, why is this looking so fire already? Ooh, that's really good. Can we do this? Why is that already looking pretty cool? I have no grand idea. I do need the Japanese title. Is it in kana? Amazing. Okay, so this is also an option. I'm leaning towards that already. And then I would love to copy all of these. Like, can I scale this thing? Oh my god! Why is that eating so hard? Will it make a difference if I change this? But it looks like there's a mountain. I don't think mountains are a big imagery in Eva. We'll see how it goes. I do want to copy one of these. Amazing! Oh my god, you guys. This is kind of nice already. I think the visual texture will take us a long time to make. They're pretty fun. Would it be crazy if I just make a bunch of visual texture and then put things together after? Okay, that's one element. I really like this treatment and we can use it for the thingy, for the corners. But it only works because there's a lot of information here. Let's try this. Great. So when I typically design, what I would do here is either add some plot connotations, plot hints, either that or like a summary. So I would either add this. That's nice. And then translate. I don't know if this would be the correct grammar. Oh, it's not a monospace font. I want it to be the same. The spacing looks weird. Wait, and it works because Japanese books you read from right to left. So having the Japanese on the right kind of makes sense. Someone fact checked me on that. So there's this. I like that. Would adding lines be too crazy? So either add them here. No, I feel like it's too thin. Or add them here. Add something. Well, this is tentative. I don't know if I like it, but it does fill up that block. So now what's happening is the bottom is getting too detail heavy, but we're not doing anything up top. So we'll have to see what treatment we can do for that. I'm already liking it. My concern is I want to post this by the end of the day, and it's 11:15. So I don't really know if I can do much to it. I'll have to see. Now it feels like there has to be a recurring line theme if I do this. So let's see. It's so hard to rewire my Western design principles, or I don't know if principles is the right word, but so hard to rewrite because Western design, I feel like I would stop here pretty much, but that's not how Japanese design works. I don't know how to meaningfully add another color scape without ruining the entire thing. Can I add it here? We need to start adding something upstairs. Ooh, can we? Oh, but what's the message? Why is it like that? I don't understand what I'm trying to say with this poster. That's the only reason why I'm not stopping. Because what's the message? There's no photos of the mech. It only looks like Neon Genesis Evangelion because it's the right font and there's some Japanese characters, but the poster doesn't look like it's from Neon Genesis Evangelion. That's my problem. I feel like I want to convey more danger or more tech UI because that was the key art that made it so unique. Let's see. We'll export this. I mean, it's the first poster out of 28, so let's calm down. So, I already finished the poster, but I wanted to do the voiceover after because the effects were really heavy on my computer. So I thought I would just explain what I did after the fact. Because I'm rendering at like 300 ppi for a 12 by 16 poster, so the files are really heavy, and I'm screen recording on top of everything. So yes, my laptop, I'm very afraid that it will explode. So I brought the poster back to Photoshop, and I actually cropped from a 12 by 16 to a 12 by 15 just because when I reduced the main graphic area, the proportions felt better on a different aspect ratio. As it is right now, the poster doesn't feel connected to the actual anime. There's nothing about it that hints to the plot or whatsoever. So I added the mech, and I found this photo that fits my triangle space pretty well. I did some masking just so they pop out of the page, and then I did a duotone with a gradient map. And I put just like poster 1, my Instagram handle, and the date when I made it, which was February 1. And then I just did a CRT effect. Like, this is done. And what we did was duplicated the poster into 3 layers and divided them into their RGB channels. So for the first layer, the only thing I did was under advanced blending, only check off red, and then green, and only blue. I moved all of the layers ever so slightly, like the red a little to the left and the blue a little to the right. So if you actually look closely, once I select it, they're all not lined up, right? To have that vibration that a lot of CRT screens would have. And this has a Gaussian blur. I think I will link the YouTube short I used to reference this effect. But yes, there's a Gaussian blur because CRT TVs are not high definition. And then I added the RGB pattern fill. The YouTube short also explained how to do the RGB pattern fill. So for sure, check that out. If you zoom in, you will see because we separated those channels, the pattern fill would only show only blue, only green, and only red. And once you have all of those things, this is the effect. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this well, but yeah. So that is our layer. I added another one of the same layer, added a blur. These are two levels of blur. The first one is only a little with 1.9 pixels. It doesn't have to be exact. You kind of have to eyeball it based on the effect that it's making for your specific poster. And then the second one is much more blurred with 40. So I added color vibrance at 100 and saturation at 100. It's very subtle. I don't know if you can tell. And to increase contrast, I added curves. And that's it. I rendered this. This is fully full size 12 by 15. So I can print it as a real large poster. But I did export it to just the regular Instagram size. And that's it for day 1. So, I don't know. I hope that you like making the poster with me. I hope that you learned a little something. I did wanted to say that I think this video will come out around 10 minutes, but the poster itself took me almost 2 hours and editing took like 3 hours. I think I would say that for all of my posters because I know that if I would watch this video, I would think like, oh, she's so fast at editing or she's so fast at designing. I can never do a poster like that because I don't have the skills. But those 2 hours was just playing around. I made so many of the Neon Genesis Evangelion UI from the anime that I never used. And that was just part of the process because this exercise as well is also a practice for me to get better at my video editing and my designing and my public speaking and everything. I also just want to verbally say how long these things take me because I want to see if it becomes faster at the end of the month. I'm already very behind. It's February 4 that I'm editing this. So hopefully I get to catch up. But I'm totally fine just doing the posters for February, and then as I roll out the videos, it will end up like first week of March when I would finish uploading all of the videos, which is fine. It's all part of the learning process. So if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, I guess. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!